electricity markets in all jurisdictions, but an explicit requirement for establishing power exchanges has never been imposed. What is also remarkable is the fact that these power exchanges have been established in different jurisdictions without any coordinated design. They all trade, they all operate with very, very similar features. And I would only like to focus on one of it, which is the way in which electricity is traded. There are two possible ways of trading electricity, through auction, on an auction-based design, or on a continuous basis design. In most financial and commodity markets, in fact, continuous trading, continuous bilateral trading is the more popular way of trading. In electricity, I think there are good reasons for preferring the auction-based mechanism. And this is, in fact, the way in which day-ahead markets operate in most, if not all, jurisdictions in Europe. An auction-based mechanism means that those who want to sell or buy electricity in the market provide their offer or their bid by a set deadline. Then the market operator establishes a merit order of offers and a merit order of bids, so where the received bids and offers are ranked according to the price, and these two merit orders are then compared, and a price is found where the offers of market participants who are willing to sell electricity at least at that price equals the bids from market participants who are willing to buy electricity at no more than that price. So in this case, an equilibrium is reached, and everyone, suppliers and people who, or market participants who want to buy electricity from the market, are sure that they will not pay more, or they will not be selling at less than what their preference is. This is the way in which most power exchanges work. This is the auction-based mechanism, and this mechanism will ensure by construction that only the most efficient plant will be operating, and only the most valuable, or the market participant for which the electricity is more valuable will be served. Now, this is more important for electricity than it is for other commodities, because electricity cannot be stored. So the outcome of the market has direct implications for the pattern of generation and consumption. So in a wholesale energy market based on an auction approach, this is actually guaranteed the fact that only the most efficient generation unit are called to operate, and that only demand which has the highest value for electricity is actually served energy. This is actually delivered by construction in a wholesale energy market which is based on an auction mechanism. And this is actually the way in which the market operates. There will be, in these slides, there is a simplified version of demand and supply curve. Demand curve is compiled by aggregating the different bids by market participants who want to buy electricity from the market, and the supply curve is compiled by aggregating the different offers of market participants, for example, generators who want to supply electricity onto the market. By matching the two curves, an equilibrium is found, an equilibrium price is found, where at that point the same quantity of electricity is available for sale as the quantity of electricity is available for purchase, which means that there is the same quantity that market participants who are willing to sell electricity would be happy to sell at that price as the quantity that market participants who want to buy electricity from the market are happy to buy at that price. And the outcome of the market, as it is shown in this slide, will guarantee that only the most efficient, or the generating unit with the lowest cost, or cost lower than the equilibrium price, will be called to generate, and only demand for which the value of electricity is higher than the equilibrium price will be served with electricity. In this way, the welfare value of trading is maximized. Now, this is the way in which trading is conducted in most power exchanges. There is also an alternative way, which is bilateral trading, but in this case, efficiency is not assured by construction, because bilateral trades may not involve necessarily the most efficient generating units and the market participant demanding electricity for whom electricity is most valuable. So it is only when you have very liquid and very efficient secondary market, and when you have very proactive market participants, that you can try to achieve the same efficiency results through a continuous trading market than you have by construction through an auction-based market. So this is what I wanted to say at this point on this. I already mentioned the pros and cons. Let's look at the process of integration of the electricity markets in Europe. Electricity markets, as I mentioned, are now operating in most jurisdictions. They operate with very similar features. They're all based on a day-ahead market. Most of them are based on auctions. So they are fairly similar. Despite the fact that they have come to life from very different backgrounds, some of them are the results of private initiatives, others are actually enshrined in local laws, in national laws. Some of them are owned by TSOs, others are owned by market participants. So they're fairly diverse when it comes to governance or institutional setting, but they all operate very similarly. When you come to integrate this market, you need to be able to move electricity from one jurisdiction to another. And traditionally, the European network, the European electricity network, was developed to serve the national markets. And for many years, the interconnection were mainly established for security purposes, for stabilizing the frequency in the different jurisdictions, not to carry large amount of commercial flows. And this is clearly, with the integration of markets, is changing. So for some years to come, on some borders, we will have to deal with congestion. Congestion is happens when the commercial flows through an interconnectors cannot be accommodated by the available physical capacity, which means that the physical capacity is not sufficient to support the outcome of the market. Obviously, congestion needs to be dealt with, and there are two families of methods which can be used. You can either deal with congestion ex post, which means that you allow the market to operate as if there were no constraints on the network, and then you take care of the constraints ex post after the market has delivered its outcome. Or you can deal with congestion ex ante. Now, it is clear that if you deal with congestion ex post, what you do, you basically intervene in the outcome of the market and you modify it in a way which is compatible with the available transmission capacity. So you change the outcome of the market and you modify it so that it will be, it could be supported by the available capacity. It is pretty obvious that you can only use this method if congestion is not a persistent aspect, because it is okay to change the outcome of the market if you do it only a few times a year. If you have to do it every day or every other day, then obviously the distortions may be quite significant. So if you have persistent